here, but I've heard that it is built into the back of this. We'll have to see if it's Qi compatible or what. So I guess the only thing really different here would be TouchWiz. Well, the screen's better. It's a 1080p 5-inch display. Samsung says it's 440 pixels per inch, but I think it is pentile, so technically you're losing 1 subpixel for every pixel. TouchWiz pretty much looks like it has always looked. The status bar is a little different. It's transparent now instead of black. Okay, new features. There is this AirView is actually back, which is on the Note 2. If the email thing would cooperate. Here, go back. You can hover your finger over the screen, and it will just kind of figure out that your finger is hovering over it. So here, see, I'm not touching it, but I am selecting emails and getting a hover preview. You get a preview for emails, the gallery, video, and not too much else. So like the Note 2, it's a neat feature, but they're not really using it in a lot of places. There's air gestures now, so if you flick your finger in front of the front-facing camera, you can get it to scroll up and down, like that, which, I mean, it works, but this is still easy and a lot more responsive. Another way you can get it to scroll is if you flick it up and down. It needs to see your eyes for this to work, so I don't know if it'll work with me holding the camera. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Again, this is not as quick or responsive as just using your finger. It actually works a lot like Chrome's experimental tab flip, which does the same thing. And, you know, that's not very responsive either, so I don't know. I never thought anything was wrong with this. There's a couple other software features. They made their own version of Google Translate. They have their own app store, which is really pretty. If it'll load. Not that part. That part's not pretty. Let's go back. Back? No. I cannot stand Android's back button. Back. Back? Oh, no, okay. That's the wrong link. What we want is Samsung Hub. Samsung Hub shows apps, and that was called Samsung Apps. So I thought it was Samsung Hub. But it isn't. Here we go, Samsung Hub. Let's see. We're loading. Oh, there's probably no internet here. I had it on earlier. Here we go. Yeah, it's really pretty. Kind of looks like Windows Phone, but still, just really nice. So this is like their content play. There's music, video, books, games, and oh, okay, apps isn't on here. That's interesting. So games are apps, technically, but games are here and apps are somewhere else, so that's odd. Okay, yeah, and here it kind of looks like the app thing does. This still looks better than the Play Store, so. What else? I think that's about it. I mean, there's a million software features, but they all are kind of a long-term use thing. So we'll definitely need to take a look at the new software stuff when we get a unit in for review. But for right now, for the quick stuff I can show you.
The design on the back to the front, although it is much slimmer, coming in at 7.9 millimeters. Not only that, but you have a all-new 4.99-inch Super AMOLED Full HD 1080p display. See that when I hover my finger over, it's actually picking up my finger above the screen. It's pretty amazing. They demonstrated a lot of cool features that are actually going to use this new technology. Hopefully I can demo more for you in the full review. And besides from that, we have 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard storage, as well as 32 gig and 64 gigabyte variants available. You're going to be able to pick this up. We're not really sure yet. They haven't announced pricing or availability. As far as battery goes, we have 2600 milliamp hour battery. Anyways, guys, be sure to check this out on Twitter. Like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.
You're watching now to the brand new Samsung Galaxy S4 here in the first hands-on from New York that was announced today, and it's coming out already in April with LTE built in. It's working worldwide, and as you can see, you have a beautiful 5-inch Full HD screen, as you already know from a few other smartphones. But this has, of course, a little bit of a new interface, and of course also new Android apps. But you will see that we have some new things like the Group Play, where you can access different speakers, for example, from other Samsung Galaxy S4 users, and do multiple and do more than one speaker, for example. S-Voice, you already know that, but we have a new feature, for example, the S-Translate feature, where you can, for example, translate a German word. You can let it say the German word also to English, as you can see here, but you can choose from a different list of languages. Here, Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Spanish, all the important ones right now. Maybe there will be more in the future, but I think these are the most important ones. And it even works without internet. If you're somewhere else in the world, you don't always have internet, so that's of course quite any feature, especially you can let it, or I can just talk to the phone and it will automatically translate it. You don't even have to type.
Hear anything about the processor, but you will see in the benchmark that we ran later, you will see that it is still a very, very high-performing device. It is really interesting to see that the Samsung Galaxy S4 certainly gets a super high score of 25,900. Now, we've only really seen a few devices break the 20,000 barrier, but this one absolutely blows it away. So 25,900, we still don't know what processor is running inside of this phone, but hopefully we will know soon, but we at least know just how powerful it is. We were able to do the Geekbench 2 score out of 3157, which is a great score for the Samsung Galaxy S4, but this is the interesting part. We're coming down here, and as you can see, we're getting a look at the actual processor. As you can see there, it is a Qualcomm ARM version 7, 4 cores at 1.9 gigahertz, well, just about 1.9. So while they were not talking about the processor here at the unveiling, it is interesting to see that we have some of that information right here. There are a couple new features inside the camera that really make the presence felt. And right now we're looking at the 13 megapixel camera, and as you can see, there's us right there. We're looking at the 2 megapixel camera that's found on the front. But let's kind of peruse through here a little bit and let's take a look at this feature. It's the dual recording feature. It is something that we saw on the LG Optimus G Pro, but the thing with the Samsung Galaxy S4 is that a lot of these features are actually customizable. Like for example, as you can see there, our picture, me and Chris right over there, it is a stamp, and you can change the kind of frame that the front-facing camera makes when you use this particular feature. Also, as you can probably see before, I was able to make it bigger, make it smaller, move it around. So while we're recording, you'll be able to see both. And there we go, we're taking a look at a couple of different modes here. Eraser is a very interesting one that I'm not too sure we'll be able to even test in this super crowded room. But in any case, Eraser is a feature that allows you to take a picture of somebody, like anybody over here, maybe a family photo or whatnot, but if people walk behind the subject in the photo, it will find a way to erase them from the photo, because it takes multiple pictures all at once in order to take a picture of the background, to erase them, and then you only get the background. There's also the drama shot, which when you take a picture of somebody who's in a lot of motion, it will not only take a bunch of photos in order to do a burst mode and capture every one of them, it'll put multiple versions of the same subject in the same photo.